What if the biggest threat in season 5 isn't Homelander? It's Butcher. Think about that for a second. The man we've been rooting for since episode 1 has fully lost it. He's got tentacles, he's got a virus that can wipe out every single soup on the planet, and he doesn't care who gets caught in the crossfire. So yeah, season 5 isn't just about stopping Homelander anymore. It's about surviving Butcher too. This final season is going to be an absolute bloodbath, and I don't think any of our favorite characters are safe. Not even close. Let's talk about what's actually coming, because season 5 of The Boys is shaping up to be the most brutal, most emotional, and most insane season of the entire show. Everything that has been building since season 1 is about to explode, and the theories surrounding this final war are so wild and so well backed by the comic lore that some of them feel less like theories and more like spoilers. So if you don't want to know what might go down, now is your chance to leave. But if you're ready to go deep into the final war between Butcher and Homelander and figure out who makes it out alive, then let's get into it. First, let's set the stage, because the world of season 5 is completely different from where we started. Homelander has pulled off his coup. America is now under a fascist soup regime, and the man is basically running the country like his own personal kingdom. The boys, most of them anyway, are locked up in high security facilities like Sage Grove. They're not free. They're not planning their next move. They're trapped, and Homelander is out there doing whatever he wants with zero accountability and zero opposition. That's the world season 5 opens in. Dark, suffocating, and completely under Homelander's control. But here's the thing about power. It always attracts enemies, even from within. Now let's talk about Butcher, because this man is no longer the anti-hero we used to cheer for. He has completely surrendered to his dark side, the version of himself that Joe Kessler represents, the voice that kept pushing him toward the most extreme choices possible. And Butcher listened. He now has those terrifying tentacles, and more dangerously, he has a soup-killing virus. But he doesn't want to use it quietly. He wants to make it airborne. He wants to commit full soup genocide and wipe every powered person off the face of the earth. And before you think this sounds like something that would only hurt the bad guys, understand that this virus would kill his own allies too. Starlight, Ryan, anyone with Compound 5 in their blood. Butcher has gone so far into the darkness that he's willing to sacrifice the people he once fought to protect. That's not a hero anymore, that's a villain with a different flag. So how does Butcher get stopped? That's where Huey comes in, and honestly, Huey's arc in season 5 might be the most heartbreaking one of the whole show. The theory that makes the most sense, and one that lines up with the comic, is that Huey will be the one to inject the soup-killing virus directly into Butcher. Not because he wants to, but because he has to. Because nobody else can do it, and nobody else will. Some people believe the virus might only kill the tumor inside Butcher and leave him alive, but I think that's wishful thinking. The tumor will have spread too far, and killing it means killing Butcher with it. Butcher dying at Huey's hands would be one of the most emotionally devastating moments in TV history, and this show absolutely has the guts to go there. Now, on the other side of this war, we have Homelander, and his road to destruction is going to be spectacular in the worst way. The power will absolutely get to him. He's going to spiral, kill the president, and try to take full control of the country. And somewhere during all of that chaos, Ryan is going to make his move. Ryan has been on the edge all of season 4, watching his father do terrible things but still holding back. In season 5, that changes. As Homelander gets more unhinged and more dangerous, Ryan is going to step up, and it's going to be Ryan who weakens Homelander enough for Butcher to deliver the final blow. The idea that Homelander might actually die in the penultimate episode rather than the finale is something I find genuinely exciting, because it means the last episode isn't about Homelander at all. It's about what comes after. And what comes after is Butcher. Then there's a Soulja Boy, and nobody is harder to predict than him. He's been frozen, he's been used, and he's been betrayed, especially by Butcher back in season 3. He's going to want revenge, and he's not the type to let that go. But joining Homelander's side doesn't feel right for him either, because Soulja Boy has too much ego to play second fiddle to anyone. The theory I personally find most interesting is the idea of Soulja Boy becoming a rough and brutal father figure to Ryan, teaching him how to fight, maybe even guiding him toward the confrontation with Homelander. And could Soulja Boy sacrifice himself to save Ryan at some point? I actually think that's possible. It would be the most unexpected redemption arc on the show, and this show loves a good unexpected moment. Sister Sage is another character who is going to flip everything upside down. She agreed to Homelander's Caesar vision, but I seriously doubt she told him how Caesar actually died. Sage is playing a long game. She's the smartest person in the world, and she doesn't do things for loyalty, she does things to prove she can. Overthrowing the government was one challenge, bringing down Homelander from the inside could be her next one. Expect her to act as a double agent throughout the season, feeding information, playing both sides, and then finally betraying Homelander at exactly the right moment just to see if she can pull it off. Phase 2 of her plan isn't about building Homelander's empire, it's about watching it fall. Ashley Barrett is another wild card. She injected herself with Compound 5 at the end of Season 4, and we have no idea what powers she got. But the most popular theory, and honestly the most fitting one, is that she becomes a version of Marvel's Medusa with hair-based powers. Think about it. Ashley spent years ripping her own hair out from the stress of working under Homelander. If her powers end up being hair-based, that's not just cool, that's poetic storytelling. And once she finds out her name was on Homelander's kill list, she's gonna have every reason in the world to fight back. Ashley could be one of the most important allies the Rebels have in Season 5. As for the deaths, and there will be many, the ones that hit hardest will likely be Mother's Milk or A-Train early in the season. Losing one of them quickly would fuel the remaining Rebels with raw anger, and that kind of grief-driven motivation is exactly what this final war needs. A-Train dying as a hero, sacrificing himself for the people he spent years running away from, would be the perfect ending to his arc. The Deep is also going to die, and honestly, it feels like it's going to be at the hands of a woman, someone like Ashley or Starlight, which would be deeply satisfying given everything he's done. When all of this is over, when the blood has dried and Vought is rubble, the only ones likely getting anything close to a happy ending are Huey and Starlight, maybe an engagement, maybe even a wedding, but for everyone else, this final season is a farewell wrapped in fire. Get ready, because Season 5 of The Boys isn't just the end of a show. It's the end of everything these characters have been fighting and dying for since the very beginning.